From the News Channel 8 studios, this is Let's Talk Live.
All right, up first today, we are talking communication. So have you ever felt that instead of being encouraging, some of your coworkers or friends might be discouraging?
Our next guest says that those people thrive on negativity and often try to bring others down. And here with more is communication expert Stephen Gaffney. Welcome, Stephen.
Thank you for having me back.
So why do people want to focus so much on negative things?
Well, first of all, I call them TDPs, tear down people. They just love tearing down people. And there's so many reasons why they do it, but one of the reasons why is some people look at success like in scarcity. In other words, if somebody else is successful, I can't be as successful. But what we realize actually is success creates opportunity. Think about it this way. Look what Oprah did for talk shows. Look what American Idol did for talent shows, you know,
that's right.
and you look at a lot of opportunities, and now look at what's happening with Apple with the watch. The question is, some companies are going to look at that watch and say, I hope Apple's not successful. But the best companies will look at that and say, I hope they're successful because it creates opportunities. So some people look at scarcity as, you know, success as scarcity, and they think, if they are successful, I can't be successful, and if I'm successful, then they won't be successful. But that's so short-sighted.
Do you what do you think the roots of that sort of mentality? I mean, does it go back to our childhood? And
well, I'm glad you asked, because well, I think sometimes it's the way we're brought up, and sometimes it's life circumstances. And what happens to us is we feel like maybe we went for a job promotion and it didn't go well, so we start to, and we don't get that promotion, and then we start to wire, if somebody else is successful, I won't be successful. And so there are certain situations where it is a survival of the fittest. But for the most part, success creates opportunities, and the best companies, the best people, and the best co-workers realize that if you're successful, it opens the opportunities for us all to be successful.
It sounds like what you're saying is that instead of tearing that person down who is successful, we should be trying to forge a relationship with that person.
Absolutely. And you know what got me thinking about this was the whole Brian Williams situation. Now, you can make an argument he brought it upon himself. But what I found fascinating is some people, and I don't know if you felt this way, actually seem to get satisfaction out of bringing him down and piling on him. And I thought it was sad. And so what I realized is, okay, you can look at Brian Williams and you could say there's a lot of maybe things that are going on there, but I think what I look at is how people reacted to that. And I found that so sad that some people just spend time just wanting to tear the guy down, instead of looking at, like, if he goes down, that actually creates less opportunities for us because of what he was able to do in the industry.
Who do you think, Stephen, is more prone to this kind of thinking or behavior?
Well, first of all, the people that are actually you have to watch out for is when we're on top, right? Because people try to bring us down. The more successful the two of you are, I guarantee it, some people will be out there and saying, well, let's tweet against what they're saying. Let's Facebook against. And that's so sad. So when we're on top, we have to look out for people that are actually not helping us. And one of the signs to look out for is people who are jealous of our success. So think about it this way. You go home or you talk to your friends and you say, look, something great happened at work. The best people are going to say, you know what, that's really great, I'm excited for you. The other people say, well, just keep in mind, that was successful this week, but next week you never know, and your industry is so competitive. They'll actually try to bring you down, and so look for jealousy, and those are the people to really stay away from. Either confront or run away from.
Very, very interesting. What do people need to know about how this negativity, these negative comments reflect on them?
Well, so what happens is that we don't realize that and people who are negative, my experience is, and I've coached many people to actually become more positive, and the first step is to realize their consequences of their negativity. They think sometimes they're bonding with other people, but the only people they're bonding are other people who are negative.
You are so right about that. Yes.
And then they get together like a little cabal, and it's all gossip against this one person.
But what do we do when we see that negative person? We run away. Or if they start to be negative with us, we just start to look the other way. How about people who love drama and gossip? They'll say, have you heard the latest? Hey, I probably shouldn't be telling you. And you're like, you almost feel like you got to take a shower afterwards to wash all that stuff away.
So what do you do if somebody approaches you like that? You don't really want to talk about it. How do you handle it?
You have two steps, either engage or run. But here's how you can engage. What you can engage and say, look, I don't really appreciate it. And here's why some people might be saying, you know, do I really want to engage? Maybe I should just run or distance myself. But here's the deal. You know if somebody is gossiping about other people to you, you know there comes a day they're going to do the exact same thing to you. And on that day, when they do it to, about you to somebody else, you're going to wish that somebody stood up on behalf of you. Now, you can't make people stand up on behalf of you, but if you do the right things and you stick up for other people, then it tends to be that other people will stick up for you when you're not around.
And what about as parents? I think we all want to teach our kids not to become this gossip person, this small-minded, insecure person. What can we say or do to teach them so they don't get in these behavior patterns?
Great question. The key I found is to compliment. What you want to do is live a life of complimenting. So, for example, let's say something bad happens. Well, what lessons can we draw from it? What can we do better versus actually piling on? So, as parents, as coaches, as mentors, as co-workers, what we can do is actually redirect the conversation. So, here's a good example. Somebody says, have you heard the latest? And they're negative. You can say, you know what? Hey, have you thought about this? Or what was good about that situation? Or we have to look at, that's them, what are we going to do about this?
All right. Well done, Stephen. Thank you very much.